All right, y'all. This is an emergency, very, very serious Bitcoin technical analysis update. As you can see, Bitcoin is getting a pretty significant move to the downside, and I am still in the short trade that I took right from the top of this wick right here. Now, this was one of the levels that we did give in the VIP Discord this morning. Myself and Boyan during the VIP live stream were both looking to take a short from a chicken's drinking water of this level here. Now, when we are looking at a sideways range, we always need to remember that whenever we put in the first high or the first low, these are areas where we should be looking to have a fake out, right? So we came up here, the first high, the second high, we came up there with a fake out. And I want to talk about what I think is going to happen with the price action. Are we going to see lower prices, or are we going to see a move to the upside? So let's talk about the levels that Bitcoin has to hold to the downside. Let's kind of walk through a little bit what has happened. Why did we get such a big move to the downside? Okay. Now, we did not get any significant bearish divergences on these higher time frames, like the 1 hour, as we came up to that high, which is atypical. However, on the 2 hour time frame, no, even on the 2 hour time frame, we did not get any bearish divergences, which is atypical. However, what started this move to the downside was basically a whole bunch of inactivity. There was not enough volume coming in to sustain a move to the upside. If we take a look at coinalyze.net, okay, we can see that as we got this big move to the upside here, we saw a massive decrease in open interest. Longs and shorts were closing out, showing that the move could not be sustained to the upside, right? This is one of the tall tale signs of a chicken's drinking water trade setup, okay? Now, after we put in that initial high, what happened was we came and we got a rejection from the local Fibonacci golden pocket retracement, okay? So we put in our first high, we put in our low, we put in a lower high, a lower low, and then we came up for our retracement here, and after we put in this retracement, we got a trigger wave money flow coming down on the 12-minute time frame, and on the lower time frames, we were getting bearish divergences on market Cipher B, as can be seen right here. These bearish divergences, right? It looks like a set of uneven butt cheeks, as can be seen right here, okay? Right here. Except in this case, upside down uneven butt cheeks. So we do have to take this woman, this poor woman, and flip her upside down to really see what we saw there. Now, after we put in this rejection right here, I want to point out something else that led to a move to the downside, which was if we pull a Fibonacci golden pocket from here to here, we also did reject off of this other very local golden pocket, and when we did so, we rejected from that local golden pocket with bearish CVD over here on coinalyze.net. We can see that as we came up to tap that golden pocket, the people were trying to long right here. Okay, we saw a lot of longs coming in, as can be seen from this CVD and this open interest, yet the price was making a lower high, which is telling us that there were whales up here building their short positions, preying on these FOMO longers, retail traders, looking to push the price more to the downside. And as we continued down, what did we see? We saw more bearish CVD divergences as the price was making more lower highs. We also saw the CVD making higher highs here. We saw open interest coming up, and then even just recently, when we came down to the VWAP, we saw a very bearish divergence, CVD getting higher, open interest getting higher, yet the price was making lower highs. So this whole way down has been very bearish. It started with a lack of volume coming into the market, and then it's been continued by bigger players looking to push the price to the downside. So that is why we are moving down like this, and now we can talk about some levels that we can look for potentially finding support. So it's important to understand the context of this entire thing is that we have been in a range for the past few days. Pretty much all week we've been in this range right here, and right now we are underneath the point of control of this range. Okay, now there's two major areas that we need to be aware of. Okay, first is 21.4. Why is this so important? Because 21.4 is the highest volume node of this range, and if we lose 21.4, it's very likely that we will come back down to the lows here. And personally, for me, I would like to come down even to these lows. But there's another very important area that we need to be aware of. Let's not lose sight of the fact that this range that we are trading in, that we have been trading in, some people are calling it a bear flag, for the past week or so, is simply just a consolidation that is happening at the center point of this much larger range that we have been trading. Okay, so here's how I am looking at this. If we are unable to hold support at 21.2, which is the center point of this very macro range, okay? In fact, I'll draw a little green box here because personally, as long as we don't lose this green box, I am still hoping and looking for a long position to take us back up to these areas. However, if we lose this area, then we need to be looking down to the low of this much, much larger range. And so again, there are three major areas, and I went over this in my live stream today, but there are three major areas that we need to be aware of, especially if we're swing traders, right? If we're not scalpers and we're just swing traders. And those three major areas are these boxes, okay? We should always, always, always try to identify sideways markets when we can. Look to take shorts at the highs, look to take longs at the lows, and at the middle point, we can take shorts or longs because this middle point will act as support or resistance depending on whether or not we're above or below it, simply because the most volume happened there. Now, this 21.2K area we can see has been respected quite nicely throughout this trading range right here. It was support and then resistance and then resistance and then support, and then it was support again and support again. And so this is pretty much the next key level that I am looking at if we come back down to this area. And then after that, honestly, I will be looking to take out the lows here for a potential other chickens drinking water, right? Because remember, what we want to do is we want to mark out that first high that we put in to look for a fake out to the upside. Mark that first low that we put in, guys, to see if we can get a fake out to the downside. And again, we're going to be looking for confirmations here. We're not just going to be taking trades willy-nilly. Now, this is a very key level that we're at. This entire range is very key because it is the center point of this much, much larger area. Now, what happens here is very critical because, in my opinion, there is the chance that we have put in a macro bottom for Bitcoin, okay? I've been saying this for a long time, ever since July 19th, because this bottom here actually was a bounce off very key support. We did so with some very, very bullish signals on the weekly time frame, which is this, guys. On the weekly time frame, whenever we get money flow curving into the red and we have a big Ben Armstrong green dot down here on the weekly time frame, it marks the bottom of the bear market, okay? Now, I'm not saying this lightly. It literally marks the bottom of the bear market, okay? It literally marks the bottom, okay? Now, I'm not saying it is the bottom, but I'm saying historically speaking, there's a high probability that this is a very significant bottom here. And so what we can be looking for is actually coming back down to retest this support with potential bullish divergence or even just anchor trigger wave on the weekly time frame with this money flow coming up. Again, a very nice uneven butt cheek, very juicy, like you've been out the club all night partying it up, girl. If you know what I'm saying, girl, you know, you got those cheeks flopping out all over the place. Floppity flop flop, flop flop whoppity. You know what I'm saying? So that is one potential, okay, that we need to be looking out for. Now, if we lose this area, then we can see very clearly we have a smooth move down to much lower areas of support that are coming in between 12 and 9,000. All right, this is the next area of support. We're simply just looking at the chart, guys. Nothing fancy, just to see that the next area, this is all we have here from 2020 in November. This is all we have as support. If lost, we will absolutely then put in another lower low, in my opinion, because this is a macro downtrend. High, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, potential lower high. But as long as we don't lose this support, there is the potential that this is a macro reversal, given the signs that we see on our oscillators. These are very rare signals. These do not happen very often, okay? So, again, if we do come down here and we find support at support, then I would be looking for a move up to this area here. 30K. All right, this is the next major area of resistance. If we can come above 30K, this would be my dream trading plan. Come down here, get a fake out to the downside, uneven butt cheeks on market Cipher B, get a move up 30K, retest, and then get a move up here. Like, this would be my dream scenario, guys. My dream scenario up to 48, 50K, or potentially higher. And we would also see, like, if that were to happen, right, if we were to get a fake out to the downside, we also have the golden pocket coming in right around that area, guys. Could be very, very juicy, okay? So these are just things that we need to be aware of, we need to plan for. The way I trade is I plan for things in advance, right? That's why I post the levels in the VIP Discord. By the way, if you want to join, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. We post the levels every single day. We do multiple live streams a week, live trading, trade setups, all that stuff. Also, guys, if you want to learn this stuff, you can check out the course at jasoncaspertrading.com. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader. There's a 25% discount in the description. Also, if you want to learn more about Orderflow, such as coinalize.net, and nice, I did hit a take prop. Coinalize.net, and also using Exocharts, you could check out the advanced course at learn.jasoncaspertrading.com. You can watch a free preview right here. There's a 15% discount if you use the coupon code JUICY. That's all for this video, guys. I do pray that everybody is very blessed in the name of Jesus the Messiah, Yeshua the Messiah. Yeah, I will see everyone in the next video. But before we head out, guys, let's zoom back in here to our very 1 hour time frame and see what is going on. So, okay, let's pull that volume one more time. Yeah, we'll see what happens down here. We'll see what happens if we can get a move down to some of these areas. All right, guys, that's it. So,